So a poor weekend for Salford last weekend, missing out on the playoffs by a point after drawing at Carlisle. But I think a lot of that disappointment will now be forgotten given today's announcement that Beckham and Gary Neville are ploughing funds into the club alongside a group of new investors.
Yeah, bought out their mates, haven't they? So the likes of Giggs, Scholes, but I think Phil Neville as well has gone, dissolved their shareholdings, sold them to Beckham, Gary Neville, and a bunch of others. It's probably, Rich, the reality of league football. It is a very costly business, and you need to be able to invest, I think, more heavily than they have done, even though they have invested pretty well. So this is probably the next stage of their journey. Will provide some, cash flow for them to launch an assault on that League Two title and hopefully get up into League One and then even the Championship. I think that was stated in their objective. So big news really for Salford and for all those class of '92.
How significant do you think that within that consortium there's a heavy foreign influence? I mean, it doesn't take a giant leap of faith, does it, to see that Salford could easily be as attractive a proposition as Wrexham to global broadcasters?
Started to get into that space, aren't they? And Neville's not necessarily as famous as Ryan Reynolds, but I think David Beckham's kind of global popularity, certainly as he's just reached his 50th birthday as well, so he's been back in the news and a couple of projects within the media. So look, it's whether there's foreign investment or otherwise, the reality is any club needs that cash investment, the injection to develop facilities, infrastructure, and then you rift off all of the off-field things you can, whether that's through media opportunities, digital footprint, and so on and so forth. So I think, in terms of a next chapter and a next wave of investment for Salford, it's probably the natural next step. And they'll be looking to really leverage that early story with the class of '92 and into their next adventure.
And you would think, wouldn't you, that promotion from League Two next season would be the absolute minimum requirement that these investors would expect?
Yeah, 100%.